All right, guys. I'm in my house, and I must say that this is one of the most difficult homes that I've ever built, which brings another question. Is it too late or is it too difficult for new builders to get into this game? Let's get into it. All right, once again, guys, like, share, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on everything we talk about today. But guys, as you see, my background has changed. I hadn't changed it too much. I got some more things I got to do. Let me just see if it's right here. So I open this door and I put some things in there. Oh yeah, that's probably going to work. So I'm going to put, if I can sit right here and I can put some things in the background in that closet with lights and stuff on it, it'll give me a better background. But guys, I just finished up my home and we actually moved in. And guys, I hadn't been able to come online a lot. It's just been so busy. I got another bill job, got some things that's going on out here, things that I'm trying to get going. I was trying to get all the inspections and things like that done on this particular house that I'm in right now. And, inspections, especially when guys, we're in Shelby County. I think Shelby County is the most stringent building inspection department, I want to say probably in the state. But what makes it very difficult for building in this area is that it appears that some of the things that these guys are looking at, they kind of dig into their emotions instead of paying attention to the code or the intent of the code. Some of the things that are going on, they based on how they feel, and it shouldn't work like that. But we worked it through, and I got my certificate of occupancy on this house, and as well as I would get a certificate of occupancies on all houses, guys. But by this thing being so challenging to me, just everything. I mean, just dealing with subcontractors, dealing with people, getting things done, dealing with the weather. And it may have just been this house here, guys, but is this something that the average person who wants to get out here into the home building business, is this something they really want to do? Are they willing to deal with the challenges? And not only that, guys, just like here in Alabama, and in most municipalities, guys, I think that the bar for getting your home builder's license is very low, guys. It's very low. I think here in Alabama, I think if you take the test, I actually think you can get your home builder's license. I don't think that you necessarily have to have been out there building. I actually think they should actually change that. I know I said one thing and then now I'm kind of retracting and saying something else, because at one point in time, I had a lot of guys out here, a lot of jack-leg contractors. They were out here building and they were doing things and messing things up. And these guys had no home builder's license. So there was no way to hold those guys accountable. And so I was on this push, even with my students at the community college, guys. I was on this push to make sure that if you're just out here in this game, at least you got your home builder's license. Maybe that will make you a little bit more savvy about you being out here in this field. But actually, guys, the bar is low, but I think they should actually change getting your home builder's license, at least here in Alabama, to similar to how plumbers, electricians, and mechanical guys get their license. I think you should I think they should have you to work under a master builder. And they used to have a master builders program here in Alabama. I don't know what happened with that, but you should have a master builder. The builder should bring in what they call a journeyman, and you need to spend so many years under that master builder. Then you can sit for the master's test. And then once you get your master builder's license, you can actually go out here and build. I think that's what they should do. That way, it'll keep a lot of these new builders from getting out here getting in trouble, because what really hurts them for the most part, guys, is it's not necessarily building, which that'll come back and get you too. But what really hurts most of these builders is going to be the business side, being able to make money, being able to not only get everything done, but after you get everything done, being able to make money on the backside of it. And then not only that, you gotta carry those houses out for 1 year. So now you got to go back. Every time you go back out there and deal with those homeowners, you're losing money. So that's tapping into your profit. But I'm just thinking, guys, I was looking at this. I was like, man, all this, even me, I've been building over 25 years, guys, and I'm just building a couple of houses a year. I might build 4 or 5 houses a year, if that, guys. But it's becoming, in today's time, it's becoming very difficult to build houses. And I think it's coming from the lack of experienced subcontractors. Everything is so litigious now. Everybody's trying to sue you. So you have to create a systems or some kind of way to secure yourself against lawsuits. So you got to cover your tracks. It is very difficult, guys. It's very difficult. And, I had to sit here and guys, I got students in my class, and I know I always talk about the business side, guys, the business side. We talk about building. And, sometimes, I just tell these guys a lot of my experiences that I've been through as far as, dealing with some of the subcontractors, dealing with homeowners who don't want to pay. I'm having to go out and sue them. And we just the whole dynamics of being in the construction world. Guys, I be talking to my students and they look at me like, why would anybody want to do this? And not only that, guys, there's the new generation. Guys, I'm in Generation X. Does this new generation of the Zennials and all those guys, do they have the drive in them to do this? It takes a lot, guys. It takes, things are not going to go the way you wanted to go. The reason I'm doing this video, guys, is because we're supposed to go to the International Builders Show today and my flight was canceled. So, guys, you got to know how to pivot. So, I had to pivot. I still got to get things done. So that gave me an opportunity. I take all the negative things and try to turn it into the good things. That gave me an opportunity to handle some things today. And I just don't know, man. I'm looking at this thing and I'm thinking, did the new builders today, did they miss the boat? Because when you look at the builders today, I don't really consider companies like D.R. Horton. And I'm not trying to take a stab at D.R. Horton or anything like that, but production builders like that, I don't really consider those guys as builders. I consider those guys as businessmen turned builders. If that makes sense. They have a business. They started out with a business concept. And building is building is for the most part their way to make money. They could have used anything. The businessman, they could have used anything. They could have been selling lemonade on the side of the street, but that's their business. But they use, instead of using something else, they use building, construction as their way to make money. So I don't really see those guys as like true builders. I think true builders are your custom builders and things like that. That's, matter of fact, guys, even at the Home Builders Association, we have what they call a custom builders council now, to where, because here's the thing, man. I mean, all of those guys, the production guys, are not going to have the same problem. The whole purpose, they're not going to have the same problem as a custom builder or a builder that builds maybe 2 or 3 specs a year, maybe 4 specs a year. Spec home mean they build them and somebody come out and buy them, kind of sort of what I do. There's not a lot of us out there. There's just not a lot of us out there at all. But the production guys are gobbling up everything. They're gobbling up all the land. And that's why I did a video about mastering the dog lot, guys. If you're going to be a custom builder or just a spec builder and you're going to build 3 or 4 houses a year, you got to start mastering dog lots, because you're not going to get you're not going to get any more good lots. That doesn't happen anymore. So, if you look at today's time, guys, someone who's let's just say they just graduating, maybe a junior college, just got their home builder's license, and they just got their associate's degree in construction. Would they make it? Would they be able to endure all the challenges out here that I deal with, guys? And I've been doing this for a long time. Dealing with the subcontractors, dealing with homeowners, dealing with warranty items, dealing with the bank. That's going to be your biggest headache, just trying to find someone who would take a chance on you at the beginning of the day, or at the beginning of your career when you hadn't really built anything. Would they loan you money? Or do you have the money? Do you have $70,000, $80,000 that you can put into a CD at a credit union or a small bank or something like that, and then allow them on the flip side to extend you an advisory line of credit? Do you have that capability? And even if you had that capability and you had that money, are they going to trust you as a new builder? And then when you get out here and start building, you run into things like rock and fill that you got to dig through your footings. Then, you blew your budget on your footings right out the gate. You blew your budget on your not your landscape, but you blow your budget on your excavation and things like that. These guys missed the boat, because I'm looking at myself and saying, man, it's challenging for me as a builder. But it's just a thought I had, guys. Once again, man, glad to be back. I'll do a little bit more of these right here. And you guys like, share, and subscribe. And guys, it don't take much to give me something that's free. And that's a thumbs up or a subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. And you guys have a good day.